Okay, we don't have any guests, so I'll skip that one for now. Do I have a motion to approve the meeting of the last regular meeting, and you have the date on that,
July 5th,
July 5th?
I'll move.
Okay, second?
I'll second it.
All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
We had a special meeting too, didn't we?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't have a copy of that with me. I sent it around, it was to set the tax rate.
Yep.
It was held on,
13th.
yeah, you got it there, don't you? No.
I don't have any.
I'll move to approve the special meeting minutes.
I'll second. All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Okay, and chair, what do I have that we can talk about in public? Let's see. Don't want to talk about that. I'm talking about that. Have not, okay. Kylie came to me today, said that her husband now is going to go on our health insurance because he doesn't have it anymore. And she was worried because it overlapped 1 month, and I said, I'm sure she'd take care of, because I guess we paid her $300 a month not to take it.
Right.
So there's an overlap.
Right.
I'm sure she'll fix it. I
Is that
said,
supposed to be an executive because it's
Why?
employee? Or it's personnel
It should be.
and names?
it's insurance. We offer it to all of our employees.
Okay.
Well, it's already been said.
I had a discussion this afternoon.
I'm not gonna say any more
That's
about
okay.
it.
Yeah, that's
We
fine.
can talk about it in executive session, but she's taking our insurance.
No, I think
Yeah.
that's great.
That's public record.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Well, it's no secret. Everybody else gets it, so
Okay with
we
me.
don't have to vote on it. She's taking it. It's
Yep.
it's a benefit.
Yep.
Yes, it's a good benefit.
Just letting you know.
Yep.
Thank you.
Okay, highway.
Not a whole lot with highway, I guess. I don't know. Last couple of weeks, we've been concentrating on doing sidewalks. We've done, I don't know, close to 500 feet, I guess, on North Avenue and about 200 feet on Hamilton Place. And now we're starting on River Street from the bridge, and we're going to Jimmy Mayhew's old store, going up through in front of the new Thirsty Burger.
Yes, the new Thirsty Burger. That's good.
John mentioned at one point the sidewalk was pretty bad, and we went and looked at it, and Scott came out of the Thirsty Burger, and he was saying there's some pretty good trip hazards, so
Oh,
we ended
Scott
up
boy.
going with that section through there. There was curb there, we took the curb out, and we're going with just a 5-foot flat sidewalk with a little deeper out near the street, so. Other than that, I guess we had a little flood thing the other day. We had to go out and fix a few roads, and in that process, we fixed Leah Burns's driveway where she was complaining that she was bumping, going up in with her trailer or whatever, and that's taken care of, so that's not connected to any of the water issues.
Okay, that's
Shouldn't even
that's
be
a separate
connected.
issue.
Yeah.
Okay,
But there's no longer a bump there at her driveway,
good.
so that should be good.
Yeah. And I
The
see.
animals are still running around
I know.
free.
Yeah.
I,
What was the flooding issues? I'm sorry.
Well, it was just that, we had a quick downpour the other night.
Yeah, I remember.
We had a few little places where it scoured the edges of our road, and we had to
Oh, okay.
do fix, nothing big, just a few little issues. While we were out, had Matt take care of, or Matt took care of Leah Burns's driveway, so,
Leah Bridge.
Rich, I'm sorry.
That's
Rhea
okay.
Burns is somebody else.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I got it covered.
And I see you put in some down at the Davis Park.
Yeah, we fixed the hole that was in
Yeah.
the catch basin there.
Right.
Yeah, Matt did that too.
Yeah.
Truck went down to clean out, wash out. Other than that,
We're good?
everything's, I guess.
Okay. Sherry?
Not a lot. I did get a letter from the insurance company, and they don't believe
That they're gonna pay for anything.
exactly.
That's why we have insurance not to get paid.
Yeah, this is basically,
Well, they're saying negligence on their part or something, yeah. I figured some,
because of all the pictures and stuff, I don't know if anyone passed it around or if anybody wants to read it quickly or whatever, they're more than welcome to, basically, just saying because of neglect and age of the roof and that type of thing, that it's nothing that they would cover at this point.
Will not pay for loss of damage caused directly or indirectly in the following: loss by moth, vermin, termites, or other insects, wear, tear, or gradual deterioration or rust. That's the extra stuff they're not paying for.
So,
We tried.
yep, that's what I figured.
don't know until you try.
Nope.
And I did get hold of Nick, and Nick's gonna go down and do a quote for the 2 furnaces. But I'm also calling John Mercy, Fred's, and Blue Ends to see if they'll go do quotes. So I'll try to get 4 different quotes for the furnaces for the town garages. And I mean, we'll have to look into it for next year possibly, but at least we get some quotes, rough quotes.
You want a
because-
quote for what, the post office and what, and what other building?
No, this
No.
is for the
Town
town garages.
Oh,
We
the-
were
the
asking about
garages,
the
okay,
furnaces.
okay.
Blue Ends said that we need to probably change them out sooner than later.
Yeah, when they cleaned them last fall, they said.
didn't wanna do it
"We wanna
again."
be budgeting or getting ready to do something with these
Yeah.
furnaces.
Yeah, so I figure if we get some quotes, we can put it in the budget
Right.
for March or
Are they
whatever.
oil now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
both
Do you
of
wanna
them.
keep them that way?
They're both hot air,
Okay.
yeah, just,
I was gonna say, if you
Simple,
wanna
basic
switch to
furnace.
wood or something.
well, we got.
You already
wood.
do
We got
wood.
wood anyway, but this
Okay.
is for backup when we're not around.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
so besides that, there really isn't much.
Okay, Andy's not here for water and sewer, so trying to think if there was any issue. Yes, there is, but I will talk about it in executive session. Parks, playgrounds, and cemeteries. As you know, we've got a problem in the, at the playground. Did you
Right.
hear any more about it from Nick? I've been
just heard
kind of
it's gonna
busy
be
this
2
week.
weeks before the guy can
Can
even
even
get here to
come.
give an estimate.
Yeah. And they're not complaining at the camp, so I've been trying to see if everything's okay. Some brat pushed over the toilet down at Davis Park the other night. The neighbors saw him. Somebody put it back up again, I don't know who.
They did, the kids.
Yeah,
that knocked
under
it down.
duress, I'm
Yeah,
sure.
I'm
Yeah,
sure they
yeah,
were told,
yeah.
what the hell do you think you're
I
doing?
called, she left me a message, I called the police, told them to go down around there, I don't know if they were able to in time or not, but I don't know when she called, but, yeah. And I saw a guy go in it today, I was down there.
pretty
He
bad.
went in and he turned around, came back out, so I'm assuming
It's pretty rough.
that it
Yeah, it
tipped
needs to
over,
be
yeah.
cleaned.
Well, that's what they do, they come every week, so.
Yep.
And if they keep having to, you know,
Clean it
they
because-
won't, they won't
Put it
bring
away.
them anymore. So,
Right.
he needs to be, and when I see Andre in the daytime, I am going to ask him to speak to him about it. He has a way of speaking to them. Anything on the ambulance?
We are down to 1 person taking the EMT class, and their tuition.
Is that good or
has-
bad?
That's good.
Oh, okay.
Their tuition's been paid, so we're all on board, we're all set, everything's
Wonderful.
going good with the thing. So,
Joey was working this morning. He said
Yeah.
you were busy last week.
yeah,
Or-
they were very
or-
busy,
yeah.
yeah, they were very busy.
Good, but not good.
Yeah, exactly, that's kind of a catch-22 on that one.
Yeah, I know. I haven't heard any more about the contract. I don't know if, I know they were on vacation at the lawyer's offices. I'm hoping, I wrote to her again today and said, what's up? I mean, we're not hurting us any, but I haven't got an answer for you.
That's on the supervisor union?
Yep, yep. I thought I'd have something from the lawyers by now. Don't, so. And I also don't have anything, because that was in the same email on the, apparently the moratorium's up on the,
Evictions and water and
Evictions.
sewer.
yeah, evictions and water and sewer. So I'm just trying to get her okay to send the eviction letter to that house on Fire Street.
I know.
Who, and this is a question that came up earlier today. Who's responsible for ordering water and sewer to be cut off?
The select board would be.
Well, but,
We can't do it yet. We've already looked into it because of the moratorium.
no, but the moratorium was lifted.
Yeah, just
No, no,
recently, Tim.
I understand.
A week
but-
ago.
So, we issue the stop orders?
It's our building. We can shut it off.
No, I'm talking about across the town. There's
Anybody, yeah.
unpaid water bills, and the normal process would be there'd be sent a notice that says, pay your bill by a month from now, or we're gonna shut off your water. And who's responsible for that?
I presume the town clerk sends the letters.
Yeah, but that's not the answer I got today.
Well, that's the way it's
So-
always been to my knowledge.
Okay, I'm just
Because that's the person that has the bill.
putting it out there.
None of us would know who owed water bills.
Didn't Alan bring it to our attention, like brought it to like a select board meeting, and didn't we talk about it at a select board meeting if we were going to it, some of them ones that he wanted to, because
I
they
don't
were
know.
behind? Don't they bring them to us?
No, it's up to me, it's always been the town clerk to send out the notice for water shut off.
Yeah, no, they send out the notice for payment required, or water could be shut off.
Right.
And then I think when they get ready to shut it off, doesn't it come to us, like John brings zoning issues to us once it gets to that point, would it be
I've
the
never,
same?
I don't know if we
I've
have
never
to
had
approve.
them
I've
bring
never had
water,
it come
no.
before us that I know of.
I've been here
Yeah.
12 years,
I-
I've never had
Yeah,
it,
have we ever shut off anybody's water?
yeah,
Oh, I'm sure.
yeah.
I don't know.
I
that's
don't
what
know
I'm-
if it has since I.
Oh, yeah.
I just assumed it
But
worked the
it's,
same way as
to me,
zoning
it's
does.
always been the town clerk, cause
Okay.
they do the billing.
They do the billing and they're the ones that.
They're the ones
control all
that would shut off your garbage if you didn't pay, they're the
Yeah,
ones
that's
that,
true.
yeah.
They don't bring that to us yet? Okay, that makes sense then.
That's,
Okay, I was just,
that's my understanding.
okay. You were out later this afternoon, I don't know if you saw this,
I didn't come back.
tax list. I'll let you look at that.
Okay,
She sent it to all.
but we have something we're gonna talk about in executive
Right.
session on this tax. list.
Okay, but that's a pretty short list.
Maybe
So-
shorter by the time we do it. too.
Absolutely, I'm sure people will pay.
That's awesome.
I was surprised that it was that
Usually by
short.
this time it's cut down,
Yeah,
Yeah.
she said
because they
8
get
to
their
14.
taxes, they
And-
get their,
We also have the authority to offer a tax sale water bills in excess of $1,000. And
correct.
apparently there's none on that list, I don't think.
Well,
I don't
if there
know.
are, they should be. Are
I-
you saying we have,
I guess that's a
get to the
complete
point,
list.
get to the point.
I guess that's a complete list.
So you're saying there's no water bills over
I
1,000?
guess not.
Well, unless this is
Well,
just tax
actually-
bills and not water bills.
There is a
Well, no,
water
it
bill
should
on
be
here.
This is the
both.
one for the
No.
paper?
Tim, there
going
is
to
a
be-
water bill on here.
Oh, there is,
Because
okay.
I did ask the question, and it is the one that is on,
Where's that, what is
This
that list?
one right here.
What's that list
That's
from?
your-
That's the
Same
same
list.
thing.
she sent this out to us in an
I
email.
just don't
to all
have
of
the
us.
heading
Just
on
went
mine.
this late this
This
afternoon.
afternoon.
Oh, I didn't come back.
But this one right here, that's the only thing it's on there for,
That doesn't
is the
matter.
water bill.
Okay, what's the property?
25 Sweat Street.
Okay, I got you.
That one, taxes are all paid up, but it's on here for water and
Yeah, I
sewer.
know.
But
that
it
is.
still can be.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. He was
Yeah.
saying that he didn't think
I
there
didn't
was,
know
but
if there was
there
any
is.
water bills on
Yeah,
there or not.
it is.
Okay.
Because there's apparently a little disconnect going on.
Well, we can talk
That's
about
it.
that in executive session
Okay,
if you want.
that's fine. Yep.
I don't understand this, quick update on the tax sale. What is $9.10?
I don't know what that is, that's a
That-
filing fee or
That's a
something.
filing fee, and
Oh,
that's.
okay,
the way-
okay.
Yeah, that's
This
it.
is a list that will be going, on August 19th.
Yeah,
I'm sure there'll be a few less, there usually are. Sometimes
Mm-hmm.
we only have 2 or 3. Then we're going to talk about
yeah.
something about it, and we will come out in executive session and I haven't read this yet, so.
That's okay, you can keep that, I
but-
can make another copy, no?
No, I'm sure I
I'm sure
have
you
one.
got it, yeah.
I'm sure I have one, but
Okay.
we're gonna talk about that particular property in executive session.
Sounds good.
There's also a property who wants us to, they claim they didn't get their water and sewer bill. So they don't want to pay the $200 interest on it. We have always, or never have let anybody out of it, whether they got their post office or not. They say the post office didn't deliver it, and,
Then that's something they need to take up at the post office, I'm thinking.
well, maybe they're saying we didn't send it, I don't know, but, she wants us to decide. I don't think we need to decide, I think it's policy that when somebody's overdoing their water bill and there's interest, they pay it. I don't know why we have to vote on it, they haven't come to us.
Yeah, I would say we don't act on it
If
until
somebody-
they come to a meeting.
Well, the last time we did, the person came to the meeting and we said no.
I know.
We can't help it,
I mean, is it something,
and people who have never been delinquent before, we've made them pay, so. I mean, it's too bad, but
well, and
they need to
again,
tell the post office.
I
Yeah.
hate to use the word COVID, but it's a different world now, and there was so many,
Well, the mail still goes.
there's so
the same
many
time.
accommodations. The mail was delayed for months at one time. You know, they were having such volume problems and it was impacting,
It wasn't Canadians, that could come over to get their mail, right? It wasn't.
No, no,
it wasn't
no.
like
No,
that?
no,
Okay,
it's
then,
locals,
no.
it's local people.
I just,
think there should be
I don't know.
process.
I mean, I was thinking about it today, and because of all of the, I don't know.
I think we need to talk about
ex-
an executive session, and then come out with, decide one way or the other.
Okay, all right. I don't know why it would be executive session,
All
but
right, then, we're gonna say the names of the people then.
that's
Well,
fine.
it's in general, it doesn't matter who the names of the people
Yeah.
are, it's
Right.
should be handled the same way,
Yeah.
no
That's
matter
what I
who.
say
Okay.
too.
All
We have
right,
never
that's
let
fine.
them out.
Right,
Right.
so we should.
Even some of their relatives, which would really cause some problems if we do one and not the
Well,
other.
okay, that's fine. I'm just saying, it's
You have a
situ-
soft moment.
situation
Yes.
is different now, because everybody's hanging their hat on the restrictions that took place. And, I mean, we've already talked about it tonight with evictions and water and sewer and everything else. And, you know, the post office was suffering a great deal. There was significant delays.
Got my water bill.
And there was still, and I paid mine too, but, I mean,
We had that instance, the last billing period, I had 2 different people call me and saying they'd never been late on their bill before.
I know, me
and they
too.
Got it lost.
And they
were
paid.
a day late and had to
They
pay
paid.
the.
I
said,
paid the
"Well,
fee."
that's just
Last
the way
year.
it is, I guess, we
You
didn't.
know?
I misplaced mine.
this is a few $100s, the interest payment, so,
Right.
And also, you can bring your payment and you can put it in the front door, like,
Uh-huh,
but if you don't get the bill, you don't know
well, then,
the consistency of water bills
It's been-
moves a number of weeks normally.
yeah, but they give you, what, 2 months to pay for it?
I know.
So you know within these 2
I would
months,
say,
you gotta get
uh,
a water bill, so if you don't have the bill, you should
I'm in
ask.
agreement with the rest of the board that we shouldn't waive the fee.
I don't think so either.
I don't think, I mean, it's policy, so I don't think we need to vote on it, it's a policy.
Yeah, I agree.
You'd only vote on it if you were gonna waive it.
Okay,
So I don't think it's, I mean, that's just my opinion, but we,
No, I'm in agreement with that. I agree with that because like, we've always had the water and sewer bills the
Fine.
same 2 months every year.
yeah,
Twice a year, and if you don't
It's
get
fine.
it, you should be thinking you should be getting it. So you asked
I
the
would
question,
think.
right?
sounds like a board consensus that,
well,
They have to
like
pay
I
the
said, I don't think
interest.
we need to vote on something that's already been voted on in the past, that we charge that amount.
okay,
And the water and sewer person isn't here. I don't know.
That's
How
okay.
he would go one way or the other.
that's fine.
Okay, is there any other business? I wanna go into executive session and talk about this property.
I actually wanna talk about meetings, just for a minute. Our meetings, like when we have special meetings and stuff. I can't get out of work
Right.
that easy, but I'm done work at 2 o'clock every
So we
day.
should have them at 2 or after.
Yeah, and I know like Andy works till 4, but he says he can get out at 3. Scott works till 4, and he might be able to sneak out early, but to have it during lunchtime is really hard because
know.
they like to enjoy their lunches too when they work all day too, you know what I mean? I'm not saying everybody else isn't working, cause everybody does, but it's just really hard. If we could have them anytime after 3, 4 o'clock or whatever is good for all.
It's okay with me.
Fine.
I see your point, if you wanna be involved and you
I
can't
wanna
get
be
here, you
involved,
can't
and
get
it's
here.
hard because
Right.
I'm like, I can't,
Well, at
sometimes I
some
can
point in
sneak out,
time-
but sometimes I can't.
Some
Noon
point
is
in
always
time,
the
it
most
might
busiest.
be the fact that we can't get a quorum to even have the meeting, so.
Well,
Right,
and-
and
yeah.
with
If
3
we
of us
schedule
having hours.
future special meetings at 4 o'clock, that would be,
Well, schedule, if you wanna schedule, but you know, sometimes I
Yeah,
have a
an
notch meeting, I
emergency.
have a notch meeting at 4 o'clock, which is a
Right.
board meeting. I
But
mean,
even at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, that doesn't
well,
matter.
but they
to me.
can, yeah.
I just can't sneak out of work at
I
noon
can do
because
it
that's my
anytime.
busiest time of the day.
So we'll try to make them later, but
Okay.
as far as making it a policy, I think we better be careful about that.
No,
because
don't need to make it a
Well, it'll be a
policy, just
special
as
meeting.
as a thing for the
Just,
rest of
we'll
us
keep it
that
in
have
mind,
lunches
we'll
and
keep it
stuff
in
like
mind,
that.
we'll keep it in mind that we're not gonna do it. The lunch thing the other day, cause it was 5 minutes, supposedly 5 minutes.
Right.
Of course, we didn't get started for 20 minutes, but we should have been 5 minutes on
Right.
that one. And nobody was here. Okay, so we'll keep that in mind, put that in the minutes and
Got it.
remind us.
Okay.
Got it.
Anybody else, I'm trying to think if there's any, can't get out at 6:30, that's impossible.
Before you go into executive session, you said.
Yeah, we are, but that's not gonna take long either. Is there any
I
other?
want to get out at 6:30.
No, I said, we can't get out at 6:30, that's too
Oh,
early.
I was going too fast.
We are
yeah.
earning our 5 cents there, whatever it is we
That
make,
what it
whatever,
figures out
yeah.
to be.
I can't, is there anything up that we need to talk about? I mean, it's been pretty quiet for the past,
I have a little police issue.
okay?
One is for the ambulance, because there was a person down behind the old ambulance,
Last night,
2 nights ago.
2 nights ago, but we didn't have anybody on duty that night.
No, we didn't. But the person that saw this person down there thought they
Old
were.
ambulance, the Historical Society?
Yes.
Okay.
She had called the police and said someone was down there, and they said to call the ambulance. So that somebody was down there and kneeled over. So the ambulance showed up, and it wasn't somebody in distress, it was somebody doing stuff they weren't supposed to be doing, and became very ugly and aggressive or whatever towards the ambulance people. Very unsafe situation. That should have gone straight to the police. Somebody should have showed up.
Well, here's the deal.
We gotta figure out how
Our
to fix
police
this.
weren't on, it should have gone to the state police, and
That-
they
that's what
chose
she
not to,
called.
they chose not to show up, but we can't do anything about
Which
that.
was another incident last night, and then this morning at my store. This is mine live. I got to my store this morning, got out of my vehicle, and wow, one of the apartments had their TV up really loud, because I could hear this chanting, laughing, giggling,
Yeah.
whatever, and I'm like, so I'm walking towards the door, and all of a sudden I look over, and there's 2 people, Indian style, sitting on the front patio underneath my apartment, from my tenant's apartment window, rocking back and forth, bending over, doing stuff, kind of doing this, hoodies on, the whole, I felt very uncomfortable. So I made a beeline to the door like I always do, unlocked it, went in, shut the door, locked it, turned off the code, called the police, because there's
Sheriffs of the
something.
state,
I called 911.
911,
And the state police got it, and, well, let me talk to my sergeant to see if that's something we will reply to. So I waited, I did my coffee and stuff, and I watched for my girl who comes in at 5.
Yeah.
Because when she
Tell her.
pulled in, I wanted to be at the door unlocked, because they're still out there. You know what the state police asked me? Did you tell them to leave or go talk to them? I went, no, I did not engage, thank you.
thank you, yeah.
So, but to beat all that is, she came to the door and I went out, when she got to the door, I opened it, I said, you guys need not to be here, you need to leave. Well, she was walking to the door, one of them jumped up, runs behind the building, then runs back. I mean, just really strange behavior all the way around. Then, shut the door, locked it. They walked around the building giving like these unbelievable dirty stare downs through the windows as they're walking around my building.
Do you have cameras?
Yes, but close to the building,
Yeah,
you
you
can't
can't
really
see 'em,
see.
yeah.
You can't see underneath the patio. So with hoodies on, you can't see from above. So anyway, the Border Patrol did a ride by my parking lot about 35 minutes after all of this took place, just to make sure they weren't there, because the state police called them to have them do a ride by. So
When I
altogether-
went for breakfast at 8:30, I saw the state cop coming, did he ever show up at your,
No, they called
he
me.
came into town?
Yeah, he called me at 10:30 to make sure everything was okay. This all took place at 4:45.
Now we can do one of 2 things. We can hire the sheriffs full-time, and then we'll have somebody here. But we only hired them 5 days a week,
Yep,
and plus we're getting the morning, or we're getting the
Aren't
daytime.
they short-handed? That's why
And
they
they're very
dropped
short,
Georgia?
they're
Yeah.
short-handed.
yep.
And not only Georgia, I guess there's a bigger,
Yeah, they
there's,
sent
everybody's
8 of them
short-handed.
over to
And the
Department.
state police, someone told me today, decided they will only decide what they're gonna come for.
Yeah, that's what he said. He goes, let me talk to
And
the
we
secretary,
have
see if
no
something
control
will
over,
reply to.
no control over them,
I'm like, are you kidding me?
yeah, yeah. But if you recognize those guys, I would tell our sheriff when he comes on at 7,
They
you
look,
didn't know who they were.
nobody I ever saw before. That's what I mean. I didn't recognize them. I kept trying to get a glimpse of their
You know,
faces, but no one
I
ever
would call the
noticed.
border patrol right then and say, there's a,
That's
what do you
what
call those people,
Borders?
no,
An alien.
no, you know, they call them a person of interest, say, there's a person of interest in my
Yeah,
yard, I want
and
you
there
down
was
here.
on top of the
'Cause they
table,
could be
there was
aliens.
4 or 5 backpacks
Yeah.
piled on top of the table while they were sitting on the patio floor, rocking and twisting and
And
whatever else they
that
were
would be a
doing.
person of interest to me, that they might be from out another country, and
Yeah, I didn't recognize either one of them.
I would call the border patrol, but yeah, I mean, I wish we could do something about it, but that's the state police, and they're
Yeah.
shorthanded. That's why I'm glad we have at least designated shifts here, so we
Right.
know we're gonna get somebody part of the day,
But on Saturday night, wouldn't you think they'd wanna be in in
well,
town on
they've
Saturday?
been, because they're shorthanded, they've been,
Rotating around.
rotating. We had one Friday. Probably next week we'll have one Saturday. You know, I mean, it's like, and they try to do it with Enosburg, so they got backup. I mean, there's a rhythm to it. Otherwise, we can hire them 7 days a week, and if you wanna do that, I'm all for it.
We don't have money enough in the budget to
Right,
hire them.
but I think,
We don't have
I
enough
think
money
next
for
year
5
we
days a
might,
week.
I think next year we might wanna think of 7 days, cause you can't say there's gonna be a crime on Saturday. It
Well,
could be
we
on
can't.
Wednesday. We've had attempted murders on Tuesday morning.
Exactly, well, so
You
this
know.
thing this morning,
They
I
could
was pretty
say
nervous
no.
myself.
What do you
We
mean
have
they
a
could-
3-year agreement.
What do you mean they could say no?
If we wanted to increase it
If we
to 7
wanted to go to
days.
7 days,
I think they'd say yes to us.
Well,
it'd
if
be a
they're
lot of
short-handed,
money.
they really can't.
If they don't have the people, it's.
I think though there's some priority of, I don't know this, but I think if you're already a person with them, that you have a little better chance of getting more shifts than you do if you're trying to jump on all of a sudden. I mean, we've maintained,
Right,
they seem to be okay with, I mean, I can
We have
ask.
favored status.
I don't wanna say that, but they've been pretty, I gotta tell you, I had to have a personal thing the other day, and they were just, like, they couldn't find me, I had to identify something, and they found me, and they came off duty to be with me, I mean, I was very touched by their attention to detail. But if you wanna consider a full-time, I can ask Roger, if you, I mean, I'm sure they wouldn't mind.
How expensive?
Well, it's gonna be whatever we pay now by the hour.
No, I mean,
Yeah. I
go
can
in the
find out.
opposite
If you-
direction.
If you want me to
local
find out.
police. And it was disbanded because of,
What
I'm
was
told,
disbanded?
local police, Richford Police.
Oh, that was terrible. That's just terrible.
And, well, it was terrible, why? Because.
I'm not gonna say, I can't
Because
remember this.
because of the personnel, because of the
It didn't-
insurance quality.
It didn't really matter who was. It goes back, you can go back and look in the minutes, I'm not gonna,
Well, it hasn't been police since I've been here, 2005.
there
So
were reasons for it. Go read the minutes of the old meetings.
I'll do that, but
Good,
I'm just
good.
saying, it's.
I don't know, I wasn't here the whole time.
I mean, at one time, there was a proposal in the late aughts about the,
Yeah, and they found that it was way too
combined.
expensive, it was way this and it was, but I mean, that's old news. If you wanna start that topic again, we can go and investigate it. But right now, we've got a 3-year contract, so we need to
I understand
either
that, I'm
expand
just,
that one or
well-
start doing your research.
I'd like to have some safety in the community. And they're doing the best they can with the people they have and the resources that they have. So
They're doing,
personally, they're doing a decent job.
Yeah, they are, I think.
Okay, but
but they're doing it for the days we can afford to hire them for. We can't say there's not gonna be a crime on a Wednesday.
yeah, I understand that, but the likelihood of a crime on Wednesday is less than a likelihood of a crime on a Saturday.
We had an attempted murder on a weekday, and we had somebody almost kill a woman on a weekday and run. I mean,
But we have 5
I don't want
days,
five.
it doesn't have to be.
you can, go ahead.
I'm looking to throw out solutions to a problem. And,
Yeah, that's
and
fine.
I understand that we have to coordinate with Enosburg. And I would think that
Better coverage for both of
Enosburg
us.
probably wants the same day's coverage as we do. I don't understand why they would
They
want.
are covered the same day we are.
right.
But what
If
I'm
you keep
saying,
rolling your eyes at me, I'm not gonna do this
If-
conversation.
if-
I'm out of it.
if we were to go to Enosburg and say, don't you want coverage on Friday and Saturday night? Every week, regardless of,
Whatever days.
I
rotate
would,
around.
whatever the other 3 days are, I would think that they would probably say yes. I know we would say yes,
And rotate the other 3 days.
and the other
then.
3 days can
Rotate
be
between the
day,
5.
night, whatever, and they can rotate weekly, whatever works for the sheriff's department.
Most things say.
This is what's working for the sheriff's department. We had this conversation with Roger when we were talking
I know.
with him. If you want to renegotiate
Well-
it, go ahead and call him.
I have talked to
fine with
them,
me.
and I don't wanna chase them away, it's like what happened in Georgia, okay?
Yeah.
Now, if they don't have the people,
They might have the people, I don't know. I'm not gonna make that statement.
all I keep hearing from everybody is that they're short-staffed.
Yeah.
They don't have the resources.
And they like doing
to-
Richford and Eastford at the same time because they can back each other up if something big happens.
I understand that.
But at the same time, I've had several people go, how come there's two sheriffs sitting in Enosburg and the one in Richford?
Well.
That happened once
maybe-
and we took care of that.
Well, maybe he was backing them up, that it goes both ways,
Exactly, it
You
does
know.
go both ways.
so.
Like one time
All
we
I'm,
had five
all I'm
cars.
saying is, I would prefer, and I would think that the town would prefer, maybe I'm wrong, and yes, there's crime 7 days a week, sorry, that's the world we live in. But, I would think would rather have a presence on Friday and Saturday nights.
And rotate the other three.
And a lot of times we do. This weekend, we didn't. We had it Friday
Well,
night. We had
I-
it Friday. We usually either get Friday or Saturday. I'm not gonna
One
debate
or
it.
the other, I
Okay,
understand.
so if you would like to negotiate with them, go,
Okay,
feel free.
I will do that.
Anything else?
Oh, I
Okay.
think I'm good. I thought I had some, but I don't. I'm good.
Scott, anything?
I'm good.
Okay, there was something new about ambulance in my email. Did you get another better deal on that ambulance you were looking at?
Yes.
Okay, there
we
you go.
did. I don't have the pricing with me.
Got better
It's an
but-
$8,000
Yeah,
trade-in.
yeah.
Trade-in?
An $8,000
So that brought it
trade-in
down?
versus, yes, it did. It brought it down a couple thousand because they were only gonna offer us 5 and they moved it to 8, so that's another $3,000 less.
Did you have a talk with the town clerk to find out if there's any,
Yeah, she actually is gonna be looking into it. She has not yet. I did talk to her. She asked if I could give her a week and a half before she looked into it, cause she had to finish up like the taxing and all that stuff. And she said she'd be more than happy to. I mentioned that Scott had said some of them have the first year lease free and then start, that type of thing. So she said she'd have no problem in looking into all that for
Okay.
us. And she would check around. She goes, I even think I might have saw something on ambulances, municipal stuff versus being like town.
oh, you
That
mean
may
the,
fall differently.
you mean the, money?
Yes,
Oh,
yeah,
good.
for financing, so
Good.
she's gonna look into it. She did say it's not a
Okay.
problem,
Okay, so we're still working on that.
yes,
What's our deadline, September to
September.
decide?
yes,
We're coming fast.
it is coming fast.
Okay, all right. So, anything else? Make a motion, we go into executive session to discuss a property, possible purchase of a property at tax sale. Have a second?
Oh, second. Sorry.
All those in
Slacking.
favor?
Aye.
Aye, aye.
I'd make a motion that as a result of the executive session, that we will, the town will make an offer on the 60 Noyes Street property at the tax sale, if there are no other bidders.
Do you have a second?
I second it.
All those in favor, aye?
Right.
Was that it
Are we
for,
doing just that one property, or if the other ones don't
Any
get?
property in general.
It's any property in general,
well,
yes.
yeah, is that the way you,
That's usually how we do that, right? If no one bids
well,
on
we've never voted on that before, to my knowledge. We
Well-
just do it at tax sale and we just do it when it's time.
If you want me to amend the motion
I
to,
think what we, no, I
know
don't,
if it was just that,
it. Cause,
that property or all properties in general.
well, see, we can't afford all properties in general, that would be the thing, and
Right.
we usually kind of think about it, but we don't do it till we get there,
well,
because we never know what's gonna happen either.
normally,
How did we
or I don't know how we
last year?
did it the last couple of years,
We
because
didn't buy
I wasn't
anything
on
last
this
year.
board,
no,
but
but the year before.
prior
we
to
bought.
that, we would go to the tax sale and it would be,
We bid on his property.
we would
And then we
bid
didn't-
on
okay.
properties going in because the tax indebtedness was so high, no one else would bid on them. And we didn't want the current owners to retain the properties.
Right,
So we used to do that, but I don't, if someone's got a trailer on that list that's worth,
Nothing.
$100 in taxes or something.
We don't want it because then
We
we
don't want
gotta-
it, and let them worry about getting
well,
rid
did
of
we
it.
bid on two years ago?
On
Down the
what?
trailer park?
Yeah, we tore down.
We
We
tore
tore
down
got
to-
rid of them? Just to
That
get
was
them out of there?
basically just to get the
Yeah.
crap out of
Right.
there, yeah.
I mean, we have
That's what
different-
Alan set it up for, was
Because
originally for us
the
to
thing is, if
purchase
you
what we need
don't
to.
buy them, they just continue,
Sit
continue,
there.
Right.
continue. And you
Exactly.
can't, you don't have any control, so in a year and a day, at least you can tear them down. And we've
Right.
done that 2 or
But-
3 times.
Yeah, but
Or
it
sold them.
used to be like at Pippin's, for instance. Didn't they owe like 12,000 or something?
But we never bought that property.
Well, we were prepared to.
I don't know. I
Yeah.
didn't remember that. I
Yeah,
remember
we
they,
came
the
to the
same
board.
people always,
Oh, yeah,
same
we
people
discussed it
always
at the
bought them.
board when I was
Really?
on the board before, 3 years ago.
It's the same people have bought it every single time though,
Well,
and they own it now.
there you go.
Yeah, so I don't know. So is that it?
I don't have anything.
I think so.
Me either. Tim?
Sounds good.
Meeting's adjourned. Thank you, sir.